Good morning, everybody. Can you all hear me pretty good? Awesome, awesome. Hello, my name is Brad Hoy. I am the chair of the City of DeKalb Citizens Community Enhancement Commission, and I want to welcome you all here today, this morning, on a glorious morning here in the City of DeKalb, as we dedicate another addition to our public art here in the city, our Veterans Mural. This is a piece of art that the city has been working on for a few years now, and I got to give credit to a couple of gentlemen in particular, Michael Embry and former mayor of DeKalb, Jerry Smith, who brought this idea and concept in front of the Enhancement Commission maybe 5 years ago. And thanks to the support of the city of DeKalb and also the grant that we were able to receive the hometown grant through T-Mobile, we were able to make this piece of artwork and others, particularly the Belonging mural on the back of City Hall and the Husky Pride mural at North Andy Glidden Road and near the intersection of West Lincoln Highway, a reality. So at this time, I would like to present our colors representing DeKalb Scout Troop number 33. Now we'll have the Star Spangled Banner, and that's going to be sung by Mr. Ron Lofton, a U.S. Army veteran.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Fantastic, Ron. Thank you. And thank you for your service. Of course, when you have projects like this, it takes a community to support them. We've had great support from the community, but we've had tremendous support from the City of DeKalb, its leadership and City Council. And at this time, I'd like to introduce the Mayor of the City of DeKalb, a U.S. Army veteran, Mr. Cohen Barnes.
Cool. Thank you for coming out, everybody. I'm going to walk around a little bit. That's all right, yep. Brad. If you look around, you're going to see banners of veterans throughout our community. You're going to see veterans-only parking. You're going to see a lot of support for our veterans in our community. And I got to give a huge amount of support to my predecessor, Mayor Jerry Smith, who was a driving force behind that, and also Michael Embry, who's here as well, is a driving force behind making sure that we recognize those who served and those who ultimately paid the ultimate sacrifice in service of their country. So thank you guys. But also, we have some incredible veterans organizations here. We have our American Legion, we have AMVETS that lean in and continue to support our veterans and the needs of them. And this mural is just one of those examples of how our community and how our community wants to recognize our veterans and show our appreciation. But it also takes, this building here is a Pappas building, and we have 40 Pappas here who agreed to allow us to be able to recognize our veterans on a piece of property that they have overlooking a space that our community comes and gathers to have a good time in our community, to do all those things that make us Americans. But the veterans in the audience and many of us in the audience know the reason why we can do that, right? That concept of freedom isn't free is because of the people that we recognize to make sure that so many of us can have a beautiful farmer's market on a Thursday, Corn Fest where so many of us gather and get together as Americans to just enjoy life and enjoy each other. But it's our veterans that help make sure that every single solitary day, week, month, year, that happens. So if we could, I want to give a round of applause to Fody Pappas for allowing us to have this mural on his building. And then events like this show the support that our veterans have. I know we have Senator Sue Resin with our State of Illinois Senator. She is here today. We have Mary Hess from our township as well. She's our township supervisor. We have Alderman Larson who's here as well, making sure that you see elected officials that think this is significant, this is important. And we are all so incredibly busy, but we take a moment out of our lives, out of our time of day, in order to recognize a group of people that are important and that allow us to do the things that we do. So, real quick, this memorial, when the Citizens Community Enhancement Commission brought it forward, spoke to me personally. We have a lot of memorials throughout the city of DeKalb, which are flags, which are plaques, which recognize our veterans, which is incredibly important. What I loved about this one is I bet everyone here has a connection to someone who served. And at times that service meant they didn't come home. And we have our Memorial Day to recognize veterans that paid the ultimate sacrifice. But sometimes it's nice when you come downtown DeKalb and you round the corner and you look up. For me, that's my Uncle Jim Thomas, Vietnam vet, and in his 60s took his own life, right? Because what he went through and what he experienced and what he did carried with him his entire life. And at some point, he took his own. And we have representatives from Be the One here, which is a veteran organization. We have 22 veterans every day that take their own life. Because that service, no matter what it was, whether you served in combat or you showed up to formation the day you were supposed to report, there is a piece of you that is consumed by that. And some have great difficulty moving forward with their lives afterward. So when we first looked at this, I brought it forward to a bunch of people and I asked them, when you see that, what do you think? Because what I didn't want is I didn't want everyone to be sad, right? What I heard over and over again, when you see that, you understand the empty boots and the dog tags means sacrifice, right? But what I heard over and over again was patriotism, was pride, right? And for me, this is what this mural represents for the veterans that are here and for so many others that are here, is just recognizing those that serve, the sacrifice they make, whether it was while they were in or the sacrifice they make throughout their entire lives. But if not but for our veteran community, and if not but for all those that raise their hand to swear an oath against all enemies, foreign and domestic, going forward, right? We can't have this farmer's market. We can't have a corn fest. We can't have some of the things that define us as Americans. So it may not seem like a lot, but I'll tell you, for me personally, this is huge. And I look forward to walking down 2nd Street here, turning into Buer Plaza, and every time I do that, I'm going to look up and I'm going to give him a hat nod to my Uncle Jim. So again, thank you all for coming out. I think we've got Michael Embry up next to speak a few words, but it means the world to me that you all are here to recognize a beautiful dedication of our DeKalb Veterans Memorial Mural. Michael Embry.
Thank you, Mayor Barnes. before I start my presentation, I'd like to make 3 special awards that were presented by the DeKalb American Legion and the Allen Force Project to honor and recognize some of our local veterans who have given time and effort. It's a beautiful plaque or certificate, which we hope they will frame and put in their office. And our first one goes to our Mayor Cohen Barnes. Recognition of your military service on this day in August in 2024, the DeKalb American Legion, together with Allen Force and the Kishwaukee Special Recreation Association, is hereby honoring Robert Barnes, U.S. Army Persian Gulf military veteran. Thank you for your service and sacrifice in defending our freedom, and welcome home. Go on.
Yes.
We have another one here, and we have a whole bunch more to give out, but we just the ones we knew would be coming today. The young man who sang the Star Spangled Banner, U.S. Army veteran Ron Lofton. Ron, would you come up? Woo. Ron, a nice round of applause. And our next one goes to a gentleman who and I have batted heads many times about how to make our veterans more knowledgeable and who they are and what they do. And we've been friends a long time, through thick and thin. Can we have Mayor Jerry Smith come up, please? Woo! Thank you, Jerry. And thank you. Let's give him another round of applause. You know, we have veterans here. I mean, not just the 3 we noted today, but so many others that are here. Do we have any Army veterans? Raise your hand if you're an Army veteran. Do we have any Navy veterans? Do we have any Marine veterans? Do we have any Air Force veterans? Thanks, Jim Hupke. You made me feel better. Do we have any Coast Guard veterans? Every year I say this, the Coast Guard are always busy. They're controlling the Kishwaukee River, making sure those people from Sycamore don't come over. But we want to thank them. Other people that we'd like to acknowledge, we have a candidate for 76th District, Liz Bishop. Where's Liz? Let's give her a nice round of applause. She came up from Ottawa to be part of our ceremony. 6 o'clock this morning, my good friend and probably one of the hardest working people in the city of DeKalb, Andy Rye, came up, made sure this area was all clean. Let's give Andy a nice round of applause. Thanks, Andy. And one of the people I have probably buffed heads with more than anybody when I came up with this project was our city manager, Bill Nicholas. And Bill challenged me every step of the way. I said, I want parking for veterans. He said, I don't think I can do that. I'll have to get parking for pregnant women. I said, Bill, women only pregnant for 9 months, veterans are forever. So we now have veteran parking in the city of DeKalb. Thank you, Bill Nicholas. We do have, and thank you, Mayor, for announcing our organization. We have the AMVETS. We have the commander of the AMVETS, Bob McCall, somewhere here. Where's Bob? There he is over there. He's the commander of our local group here. We also have Paula McCall, who is a AMVET auxiliary, and she's a state officer. Thank you, Paula, for being here. American Legion, we have our commander here, Manny Mandalay. He does a great job. He's probably one of the hardest working veterans in the city of DeKalb, and he was in a meeting late last night making sure everything was coming together. Thank you, Manny, for all you do for the American Legion. Again, I mentioned Jim Hupke. Jim and I actually served together when I first went into service before my appointment. But he is also another hard worker. But with that, also his wife, Cindy, we're going to talk about her in a second, as part of the Be the One project. The Daughters of the American Revolution, who also contribute a lot to what we're doing. Don couldn't be here today. The Kishwaukee Recreation Center. Is Don Schaefer here? I didn't see her yet. Oh, I'm sorry, Don. There we are. She has been a powerful force of trying to recognize our veterans to make sure things are happening. Last Tuesday, she had an ice cream social for veterans. I mean, that's giving back. And it doesn't have to, but she does. And so thank you very much, Don, for all you do. Thank you. The other thing I want to say, and we couldn't do this without the support of everybody here, from the mayors to Andy to the city manager to all our veterans. We couldn't do what we do without your support, and we appreciate it more than you know. More importantly, our local merchants appreciate you. And I know we have some local merchants over here. There they are. Woo. Okay. They are going to offer discounts to veterans. So if you want to go in their shop and you walk in and say, do you offer a veteran discount? They're going to say yes, no, or have a donut. I know they'll do something nice over there. So they jumped on board to say, we want to help and we want to support our veterans. So thank you, Cracker Jacks and Founded, and all the other organizations over there. Yes, thanks you guys for staying open and do what you do. And you have an event coming up when?
On the 28th, Saturday, September 28th, Back Alley Market right here.
Back Alley Market. Come down and please support our local merchants. We need these people to stay in business, and we want to support them. Again, thank you everybody for coming out. I hope I didn't miss anybody. I know we have the chamber people here. We have Matt and Anna coming up later. Fody, again, we cannot thank you enough for what you've done for us. We really appreciate it. And if you don't believe me, look at the corner of Locust and First when we have flags representing every veteran organization. And when we first put those up, they were only going to put an American flag. And I said, no, I think we ought to put it all up. And so he and his dad put all branches up there. So when people drive down that, what a wonderful way to acknowledge. So with that said, I'd like to invite the next one up to speak. This lady has been extremely busy trying to get the Be the One program going here in our city. There's a suicide walk coming up and a few other things. So Cindy Hupke, could you please come up here with the Be the One Foundation?
Good morning, everyone, and thanks for joining us today. That's not mine. Don't take it off my 2 minutes.
Okay.
I'm part of the American Legion family, the DeKalb American Legion Post 66, and I'm representing them in honor of Be the One. For more than 100 years, by the way, the American Legion has advocated for the well-being of its veterans and their families, and yet there's been no one single deed or accomplishment that's been more important to them now. It's the #1 mission in the American Legion to prevent veteran suicides. Since the 9/11 attacks, the number of vets who have taken their own life surpasses the number of people that we have lost in the Korean War, the Vietnam War, the Gulf War, and the War on Terrorism combined. That's how many we have lost. Cohen mentioned that there's 22 a day. That's a statistic that we pretty much rely on. Statistics vary from 17 to 22, but the most important number is 1 right now. Each one of you can be the one to save one veteran's life. How would you do that? You might ask them how they're doing. You might listen to them when they want to talk about things. And you reach out to them when they're struggling. Those are the 3 things that we talk about in Be the One that you can accomplish. Now here in DeKalb, our focus has been over the past year on building awareness of what the issue actually is. And then the second thing is building partnerships. Those are my notes, but I don't need them anymore. Building partnerships that can help us accomplish this. And the third is having events that might help to spread that awareness build those partnerships that can help these veterans moving forward, and continue with our vision to be able to have education and training for not only the community, but also our professionals who provide that care in our community. Mental health workers, our primary care doctors, etc., so they can recognize when a veteran is in need and know exactly what to do with the current guidelines. So, now we'll talk about one of the events that we're going to be having. There are some people who are in the audience, and I have some things in a folder as well, about an event that's taking place, now listen here, 22, on September 22nd, to walk 2.2 miles to prevent veteran suicide. It's going to raise an awareness in our communities. This is not just a DeKalb American Legion Post 66 event. All the posts in the county and beyond, from what I understand now, people are jumping on board. It's really getting legs. AMVETS, the VFW, they all will be participating in this. But what we need even more than that, because as Cohen told you, every single one of you probably knows either a veteran, somebody who works with you who is a veteran in your family, those individuals in the community are important to jump on board as well. And so we want to make an impact on the walk that day. It will take place at the Northwestern Medicine Kishwaukee Health and Wellness Center. They've opened their doors to us. You will register when you first walk in if you haven't registered online already, which, by the way, these folders have a QR code where you can register right now if you want to for the walk. There's no cost. The walk is 2.2 miles, but there is a circuit which is 1 mile if you don't want to walk the full 2.2, where you can cut off and come back to the center earlier than the others to get some of the free refreshments that are there as well. In addition, if you can't walk or you just don't want to walk and you just want to sit next to the relaxing waterfall at the back of the Health and Wellness Center, there will be plenty to do there. There will be Tai Chi offered. There will be seated yoga. There will be labyrinth meditation, all things that are important to our vets who are suffering through anxiety, depression, PTSD, etc. And so there will be all sorts of resources there for you as a family member or a friend of a vet. There will be canines for veterans, equine therapy, all sorts of things, resources that are available to veterans here in our community. So we would love for you to join us. One other thing, we have 22 3-pound rocks that will be engraved by a young man over here. I think it's called Rock Solid Sayings. And he is going to engrave each one of those rocks with a name that has been submitted to us of somebody who has lost a veteran to suicide. And those 22 rocks then will be carried on the walk with the walkers, sometimes by the family member or friend. And when it returns back to the start of the walk, it's not a race, it's the start of the walk, they will be placed at the flag, at the base of the American flag and the Be the One flag. There'll be 22 seconds of silence and a prayer. So we'd love you to be the one to join us on this walk and be the one moving forward to help stop veteran suicide. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Cindy. At this time, I'd like to introduce, and he's been mentioned several times, but former Mayor of DeKalb, Jerry Smith.
Thank you, Brad. You know, I've been asked to make a quick 2-minute journey around DeKalb County to give you a snapshot of veterans memorials around the county as we honor those who have served their country, most notably the men and women who have given their lives in defense of the freedoms we enjoy. So, you know, there are several memorials simply called Veterans Park in Cortland, in Sandwich, and in a few out-of-the-way places. One such locale, and you've probably driven by it, is located on the south side of town on Harvestor Drive. It's on a small plot of land adjoining the nature preserve that is owned by the DeKalb Park District. Now, this is simply known as Veterans Park, and there are just a couple above-ground monuments. Two of them memorialize two from the same local family, and both of them, Martin Donnelly and David Donnelly, gave the ultimate sacrifice. Martin as a decorated veteran in World War II, and David, a young 21-year-old casualty killed in Vietnam. Now in Genoa, the veterans' home there is a central location for several memorials. In Kirkland, the township, Franklin Township Park, features the impressive recreation of the Vietnam Wall. Now, Sycamore is home to a number of memorial sites. There's Elmwood Cemetery, where the Avenue of Flags is located. Of course, the very recognizable Civil War statue memorial stands in front of the county courthouse. A recent addition was built during the tenure of former Mayor Kurt Lang, who felt a memorial site on the city's north side might provide a place where citizens could plant trees in memory of veterans. It's aptly called Sycamore Grove. And I was honored to have served with Mayor Lang as I was your mayor from 17 through 21. And I was pleased to work alongside Mike Embry over here as we expanded this banner project that you see along the downtown area. As you walk along Locust Street here, and this is appropriately known as Veterans Way, you'll see just one example of how DeKalb is so veteran friendly. Much of the credit goes to Mike, who spearheaded the incredible memorial over at the Elks Club on Annie Glidden Road. And Mike is working, I'm told, on a possible memorial on South 4th Street to memorialize farmers who left the fields of DeKalb to go to fields around the world. And of course, we have this wonderful, just a block away, up the alleyway here, the memorial clock. This clock was originally located in the corner of, or in the intersection of 3rd and Lincoln Highway. It's been moved, of course, and that was originally dedicated by the city of DeKalb to honor those who had served during World War I. I must say, too, you know, there are a number of large memorials, but there are many smaller memorials. Jerry Busby, who is back here, created, when he was working to do the memorial park down here at 1st and Lincoln Highway, put in a couple of benches. One honored a former policeman here in DeKalb. Perhaps some of you old guys knew Don Shue. Don Shue was a veteran of World War II and fought in the Battle of the Bulge. And so we have the clock, we have Donna the tank. It's remarkable what we have. Finally, an endowment known as the DeKalb County Veterans Recognition Fund was recently established so we can continue efforts like today. We appreciate the efforts of the DeKalb County Community Foundation to help us grow this fund in the years ahead. So thanks to the city of DeKalb, thanks to the Pappas family, thanks to NIU, thanks to the Enhancement Commission. Brad, you've done a marvelous job, thank you. And everybody involved in helping to make today happen. And as but one veteran, a Vietnam-era veteran, I simply say, thank you.
Thank you, Jerry. Brad will make the last, but one, he brought up something and a remiss thing. Another organization in our community who really supports our veterans program is the Elks Lodge, who is hosting our memorial. Their former ER zone ruler, Jerry Evans, military veteran, is here. Thank you, Jerry, for your support from the Elks Lodge.
Thanks for mentioning that, Michael. A little bit about the artists. You know, we've acknowledged many veterans organizations and individuals But who's the artist that put together this beautiful piece of art? Her name is Mary Gallagher Scout. And the name of the piece of art is What These Boots Have Seen. And this was selected by the Enhancement Commission, and I do see a couple of Enhancement Commission members here. So Janine and Al, can you wave and be acknowledged? I don't know if there's any others, but we have a great group, and they do a lot of hard work in trying to make our community that much better. Mary did have some brief remarks that she wants to talk a little bit about this piece of art as we dedicate it here today. This is Mary Gallagher Scout's words. I want to thank each of you for choosing my work as your memorial mural. Having my art represent your stories and sacrifices is an incredible honor. Your bravery and commitment inspire me, and I hope this painting reminds you that you are not alone in your journey. I also want to express my gratitude to my family and friends who have served in the military. Your sacrifices have not only shaped my understanding of courage and strength, but also deepen my respect and admiration for you. Together, we can continue to raise awareness about PTSD and support one another. Heroes are human, and it's okay to seek help. Thank you for your services and for allowing me to contribute to your legacy with deep appreciation and love, Mary. That's awesome. That's awesome. We not only picked the right piece of art, but the right person who is our artist. I want to also acknowledge, again, we had great partners in putting this together. We mentioned NIU. I know Wade Dirks is here representing NIU Creative Services. Wade and I worked together for many years, so great to see you. And of course, Banner Up Signs. We couldn't do this without the support that we have from Banner Up, so that's awesome. We're also going to have, to close out this portion of the ceremony, we're also going to have, after the conclusion, a ribbon cutting by the DeKalb Chamber. I see Anna over there waiting patiently. So again, thank you everybody for attending. Thank you for your patience, and thank you as we recognize and dedicate yet another great piece of art and for a public art project here in the city of DeKalb. So at this time, I'd like to welcome back U.S. Army veteran Ron Lofton. And what are you singing? God Bless America, I believe.
God bless America. Everybody sing with me, please. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to the prairie, to the ocean, white with foam. God bless America, my own sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet home.
Thank you, Ron. Thank you, everybody. And now we'll leap up to our DeKalb Chamber and our DeKalb Chamber ambassadors. And I think everybody is welcome to be involved in this ribbon cutting. So come on forward. Thanks again for coming out and for supporting the Enhancement Commission in the City of DeKalb's Mural project.
We also want the veterans up here. So if you're a veteran, we want you in the picture. Don't be shy. All veterans need to be in this picture. This is what we do, and this is why we honor.